Yeah, good day viewers. This is 2P Legend Online Tutorial. This morning we are going to be looking at this particular question. It's a JAMB question, and it says that find the equation of the locus of a point a comma x comma y, which is equidistant from B of 0 comma 2 and C of 2 comma 1. There's one thing I want you to take note of, is the word equidistance. What does equidistance means? Equidistance simply means equal distance. Equal distance. So now let's have this straight line. If we have this straight line and we have a line that is perpendicular to this straight line that I've drawn in this place, let me label this part as my B of 0 comma 2, and I have this other part as C of 2 comma 1. We say that it is equidistance. That is what the question is saying, that it is equidistance, which simply means that the distance from this place to this midpoint, let me represent this place as A. From the question, it was given as A of x comma y. Equidistance simply means that the distance from this point to this point is equal to the distance from C to A. And that simply means that we're having this place to be what? To be angle 90, and having this place also to be angle 90. Now that you have this, it simply means that it's your responsibility that you find the midpoint. And what you are expected to do is to apply the formula for midpoints. The formula for midpoints, which is given as your x1 plus x2 over 2, comma y1 plus y2 over 2. Now you can label this point as this coordinate as x1 y1, and label this one as x2 y2, which means that we are coming down to this place to say your x1 is 0 plus x2, which is 2 over 2, comma we're having this other one as what? 2 plus 1 over 2. Now you are going to be having this point to be 2 over 2, comma, and this point as 3 over 2. Now this is 1 comma 3 over 2. Now you've been able to get the midpoint. This midpoint as your x as your 1 comma 3 over 2. Now that you've gotten this midpoint, the next thing that you expect to get is to find the equation. Now the equation you want to find actually is the equation when we have gradient and 1 point. Gradient and 1 point, because this is 1 point. We have 1 point here, which is y minus y1 is equal to m open the bracket x minus x1. Now how do we achieve this? We're able to achieve this. Some may write it this way, as m is given as y minus y1 over x minus x1. By the time you cross multiply, you are going to have this. Now your m simply means your gradient. Your m means gradient, or we call it the slope. And from the question, we can see that the diagram that is being drawn here is that it is perpendicular. And when it is perpendicular, our gradient becomes your m1, the product of m1 multiplied by the product of m2, which is giving us as what? As m as minus 1. Now we have this location as 1 comma what? 3 minus 3 over 2, which means that we are going to say our m, which is given as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have your y2, which is given as what? 1 minus 2 all over 2 minus 0. So we have y2 minus y1, and we have x2 minus x1. So we are having this place as m equals to minus 1 over 2. So from your m1, m2 equals to minus 1. Now that you've gotten your gradient to be minus 1 over 2, just simply write m1, m2 equals to minus 1. This is your m1 as minus 1 over 2, m2 equals to minus 1. Then you will have your m2 to be 2. Now that you've gotten your m2 to be 2, that's when you cross multiply. This is what you are going to get. Now, recall the equation that we have ahead. We have y minus y1 equals to m bracket x minus x1, which simply means that this your 2 comes here. We're having y minus y1 equals to 2 open a bracket x minus x1. Now you can come down to this place and label this place as your x1, y1. So you place this as y minus 3 over 2 equals to 2 open a bracket x minus 1. You open these brackets. We're having y minus 3 over 2 is equal to 2x minus 2. Take this to the other side. You're having y equals to 2x minus 2 plus 3 over 2. So we have y equals 2x minus 1 over 2. You multiply through by these 2, since that is what we have at the denominator. So we are going to be having 2y equals to 4x minus 1. At this point, you can leave your answer like this, or you can also leave your answer in this form as 4x minus 2y equals to 1. I'm going to show you the second method by which we can solve this particular problem. So I can actually tag this place as method 1. This is method 1. We still have method 2. But eventually you meet questions like this in JAMB and you feel that this method is very long for you, you can decide to use method 2. So for method 2, for method 2, we can as well say that if a of x comma y is equidistant from point B and C, then we say AB square is equals to AB square is equals to AC square. AB square is equals to AC square. So looking at the question now, we are looking at the distance now. So that the distance here, like we said, they are both equal. So since they are both equal, I can as well say that my x minus 0 all square plus y minus 2 all square is equals to x minus 2 all square plus y minus 1 all square. If I open up the bracket of this one by expanding this, we are going to have here as x square, because x minus 0 all square is dx square, plus open up this one, we are going to have y square minus 4y plus 4 equals to x square plus minus 4y plus 4 plus y square minus 2y plus 1. With what I have here, my x square here can easily cancel out the x square here. The y square here can easily cancel out the y square. So we are left with minus 4y. Okay, this should be 4x here. This should be 4x minus 4y plus 4 equals to minus 4x plus minus 2y plus 5. This, let's take this to the other side. So we are going to have, let's make it equals to 0. So we are going to have minus 4x minus 2y plus 4y plus 5 minus 4 equals to 0. So this will give you minus 4x plus 2y plus 1 to be equals to 0. So we can as well write this as this. So this can eventually be written as, taking this to the other side, so we're going to have it as 4x minus 2y equals to 1. So which is equals to this. So with this, you can compare these two answers together. You observe that they are still the same. So you can use whichever method, any of the methods you have here can be used to solve this particular problem. This problem only explains the distance, that your AB, just find the distance, that the AB is equals to AC. So with finding it this way, you can as well get the same result as going through the first method. Thank you very much.